In the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you how to create a Facebook ad. To be able to create a Facebook ad, you need a Facebook advertising account. Now, in my first video, I've shown how to create a Facebook advertising account. So if you haven't done so yet, please have a look at that video and create yourself an account. After you've created an account and you log back into Facebook, you'll see that you'll have this option here to select the Adverts Manager. Now let's click on the Adverts Manager. That'll take us to the Adverts Manager, where we will see a list of all our campaigns. Now, adverts in Facebook are organized in campaigns. So you can click on a campaign and you will see all of the adverts that form part of that campaign. So let's go back. We look at another one. You can see this one has got a whole list of adverts that all form part of one campaign. Okay. So you can also see that campaigns have got a status, so they're either active, which means they're currently running, or they could be paused, which means that they are not currently running, so the ads are not showing, or you can complete them, which means they are finished and they're not going to run any longer. You'll also notice that you can set a daily budget. Now these are easy to change. You just click there and you change the daily budget. This will become quite important later on. And you can also see how much money is remaining for the day. Now you can see that some of these adverts, I've turned them down quite a bit because I don't want them to run so actively anymore. I've already spent a couple of $100 on these, so I'm just sort of turning them down and making them run slowly in the background, and slowly but surely I'm building up leads, but I'm not pushing to get a lot of likes with some of these campaigns. Okay, so if we go into a campaign, let's go in there. This is a campaign for an ebook I wrote called Why Systems Are Sexy. You can go and download yourself a copy from my website. You'll see that there are a list of adverts. There's probably about 11 or 12 of them here. Okay, and this gives you an indication of how many people have been reached. This was the audience that I was targeting, basically just a certain set of people within Australia. And these are the people that have been reached by the campaign. So I've almost reached everybody in the campaign. I've reached about 80% of the people in the campaign. This shows you click-through rates and the costs. You can see on the ad that's running, it's actually been seen by 23,000 people. 52 people have clicked on it, which is quite a low click-through rate. And I was paying 58 cents per click. So that gives you an idea. If you click on the ad itself, you'll see the advert. This is an example of the advert that will be displayed with the header and with the text that goes with it. And this shows who we're targeting. We're targeting people who live in Australia, who are 25 and older, who like things like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, self-improvement, entrepreneur, self-help, work-life balance, or e-myth. So those are the people that I target with this campaign. I also target people who are in the category of small business owners or the category technology early adopters. Now you'll see that the recommended bid is between 75 cents and $1.65 or 63, and that is an indication of how much I should be paying to get my clicks up. Now I've set the max bid to 65, which is currently below the max or the minimum there, and the result of that is that my ad will show up very seldom actually. So if I want this ad to show up more, I'm going to have to increase my bid for this particular advert. The pricing of the adverts, there are two ways that they are priced. Firstly, what we're talking about here is what is called cost per click, or it's also indicated as CPC. That means every time somebody clicks on my advert, I get charged 58 cents. And the way that this works is that it's an auction system. In other words, if I've set my bid to 65 cents, it will choose the ads with the highest bid to show up on a particular page. So if they decide the following 10 adverts is applicable for this particular user, they will go and look at those 10 adverts and they will only show the top 4 or 5, and they will decide that based on the bid. So if your bid's low, you end up in the bottom of the list and your ad won't be showing. There's another way of charging, and that is what they call CPM, which is cost per mil, which effectively means cost per 1,000 impressions. And what that means is that there is a certain cost for every 1,000 times your adverts are shown. Now both of these ways have got pros and cons, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on. Okay, so let's go back to the campaigns. And this is your campaign manager. You'll see on the side here you've got a couple of reports. So you can go and have a look at various reports and what's going on. I'll just click on this one. Lots of numbers. You can go and have a look at what all of this means. Another important tab here is billing. So make sure that your card has been set up correctly so that you can actually be billed. Okay, so let's click back to campaigns and adverts. So this is our advert manager, and in the next video I'm going to briefly show you how to create a new advert with that big green button at the top there.